at this little.
In weeks past, we covered the controversy in the disc golf world over transgender. What do you say? I always forget how to say this. Well, they're transgender women now.
Yes.
Okay, so
they're trans women.
Yeah, which are the guys who are
a
now
man
women.
who. Okay. So this is.
So
let's look at this headline for everyone, and there we go.
Right. So this has been a controversy in the disc golf
we
world.
talked about this handful of weeks ago, where
a few months ago, maybe. Yeah.
Well, you can take it from there.
Well, yeah, whatever.
What was the original interest?
Just because you'll see there's like a couple, like this lady here who was a man, I guess.
Yes, originally.
Won like I think that's Natalie
distance,
Ryan,
right?
Yeah, had won like distance contest and blah blah. And we started to see a bunch of this and have like a crazy tournament win record and all the shit. And I guess
not beating them by a slim margin.
Not all the time. I mean, but that's the thing. They're not all gonna like be able to beat every girl
Sure.
just because they're a guy. But they do have a leg up in terms of
hip rotation.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Their body's built different.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, there's a reason that if you go to the guys division, they're throwing 100 feet further.
Yes.
So whatever. Anyways, this became a big controversy, and I think nobody knew what to do in the disc golf world because it's kind of been blowing up the past few years. People are brand new to the
world of disc golf.
Well,
really.
and notoriety and they have celebrities now and
Sure.
blah, blah, blah. So nobody really knew how to comment on this because you look around the rest of the world and you go, fuck, dude.
Yeah, like this is radioactive.
I just became a celebrity. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I could talk about this. But there was a poll that happened. I think it's mentioned in this article that I think like 80% of.
All right, so let's read this. Transgender women grapple with new rules, mostly silence from pros. Industry.
Yeah, and so what it is
some trans women will continue to play. Others have said they will leave the sport,
but they're not going to be able to play in like official tournaments, I think, or something like that.
Okay, let's just read.
Actually, if our pal Steve is listening, who was a pro disc golfer,
maybe
we have
a pro disc golfer that tunes in from time to time.
Phone lines are open. Yeah.
Let's just, Monday was a devastating and in some cases career-ending day for transgender women disc golfers. The PDGA and DGPT announced a new policy that will effectively prohibit transgender women from competing in the FPO, a lot of acronyms here, a lot of initials, division on the Pro Tour.
That's how this world is.
And at majors. The decision will affect several prominent trans competitors, including two-time Elite Series winner Natalie Ryan, who told Ultiworld she felt broken and targeted by the decision. Nova Paulette, a transgender woman who has won the last two women's over 50 Pro World Championship and competed in the FPO division for the two DGPT events this year, said in an interview she'll still take part in PDGA events, but I will despise the PDGA the entire time. Oh, well, that's empty.
Oh, well, nobody cares. So it seemed like it came out the past few months that I started seeing like a lot more comments on YouTube and stuff about people like, starting to speak like this is not fair to women. This is, and they did a poll. I think it's in this article somewhere. Okay. Yeah, they did a poll that they're going to. It was like 80%.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Of people responded that
PDGA member survey showed that 80% of the DGPT women think transgender women shouldn't play in their division, but the administration of that survey has raised questions, including whether respondents could have falsely claimed to be touring FPO golfers.
And that's what's that's what's hilarious. If you look right below there, the PDGA wrote that people lie on surveys. Some people lied on this survey. How do you know that?
Yeah,
you sure?
They had to have. It wasn't the result we wanted.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So this is a lie.
I'm sure they're seeing it from their angle. It's like if you want to like truly expand this thing to to the level of other sports and stuff, you got to play this whole game. Apparently,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So Natalie
But-
Ryan wrote in a GoFundMe fundraiser post that her fellow competitors decided they wouldn't work on their games and improve themselves, but instead tear me down
What a
because their
psychotic-
games weren't
dude,
complete.
What a psychotic thing to say. So to be clear, Natalie Ryan is a man in a skirt, pretty much, and
Yeah.
so or sometimes not even. Remember with the videos we were watching?
Oh, yeah.
And he was just had like regular shorts and a t-shirt on. And you're like, but
That's
you're-
a guy.
it looks like a guy.
Yeah, like it
seems like a guy.
Yeah, like I get
It's
it.
like-
Now look, this brings up
It wasn't-
harder, like more deep questions of whether or not someone's self-perception is valid in the world,
Yeah, I
and
don't
whether or
really
not
care.
we all
Yeah.
need to. That's different. This is to me. This is two different subjects.
Yeah. But Natalie Ryan for that person, whatever,
Yes.
to say this, to go the biological women in this division just didn't work hard enough.
Yeah.
Like what a psychotic fucking thing to say. And
Yeah.
truly believes it, I'm sure.
Like also
You know,
before you were here, they were winning. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them was winning.
yeah, right.
And then you came in and you destroyed them.
Yeah.
Because you can fucking throw far more.
Now,
you
here's
know.
the thing, too. If it means nothing to like go back and forth, then just go back and play in the men's division.
Yeah, then just yeah.
like why not?
Yeah, then if you
Who cares? Right? Like if there's no difference.
this is where the odd positioning, like juxtapositioning, comes in, because if you are at once saying that me claiming being a biological man for most of my life and then saying that I'm a woman, I should be able to play on the female league and they should have no say about it and have no problems with it. Well, then them saying that if gender isn't a big deal, you being a biological man for most of your life should go play with men, and you being like, but no, I said I'm a woman. Well, why does your opinion trump other people's opinion? Then now we're just in the world of like, you know, this weird amorphous, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
my idea of what the reality of the world is better than your idea. It's just like, and then all you can do is they say you're a bigot, and then it sort of closes down the conversation. But to me, it doesn't, because I could just say you're a bigot against women. You're saying that you don't give a shit if you're telling women that they, you know, can't have legitimate sports, that they can, because
What if they just had like a weirdo division where it just could be anybody? Like you could
Yeah.
have guys with fucking like bionic legs in there and like all kinds of shit going on. Like
yeah.
you could have
the
like
outliers
or
league.
like a pig that learned to throw a disc, you know, or just anyone, whatever. you
And now
know,
we're
like,
not, you know, comparing.
no, I'm literally just
things,
saying a
but just
division-
anything goes.
a division that anything fucking goes.
Yeah,
Like that
you
could
call
be
it the
interesting.
outlier division,
right? And
outlier league.
yeah, and let's just see where it all really shakes out, you know.
But also, but you're right though. Like, then why do you not see any like transgender female to male going and dominating men's disc golf? That's not a thing.
Right.
The only way you see this in any sports is trans man to woman going and dominating female sports. It doesn't exist the other way. But so then the argument that it has no bearing on whether or not you perform better than biological women doesn't seem to shake out in just a very easy, like, this is what
No,
I don't
it
like
is.
about
It's-
any of
yeah.
this. It's like we're being told to question the
Right,
reality we're seeing in front of our fucking eyes.
that's what I mean. Like, why do we even spend so much? It's like,
because
yeah,
because
like,
I don't like
how did
people
this
telling me
happen?
like, no, but what you're seeing and is very, very obvious to anyone is not real, and
Right.
you need to stop it.
And if you say it-
otherwise, you're you're marginalizing. So I'm like, no, dude, I'm just calling out what I see, and that shouldn't be a problem.
seems evident.
It's very evident. This
Yeah.
is it's so self-evident that, yeah. So I don't know, but this is it's an odd thing.
But I just say it's just like struck me once in a while. Like we'll spend like hours trying to rationalize, and then I think to myself, like, wait a second, I think they're just fucking crazy. Like we're just like trying to be like have all these long like explanations and dissections of all.
Yeah,
these
but it's
things. And
so
I'm just
easy.
Like, but I think you're just I think you're just crazy. Maybe. Like,
Yeah,
is that the
it's
whole
very-
thing?
yeah.
Like I don't know. You know. I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bizarre.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so we'll keep on following that for you guys. But it's
Well, actually, there was one more quote in that article that I
there we
thought was
go.
interesting. Then we'll take a break.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think so. I think we're all ready.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. If you go down, there was just somebody that spoke out about it. Okay. Yeah, that's net. Whatever. There. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't prepared for this. If you weren't aware yet, I'm no longer allowed to play. That's somebody else. I remember there was. Oh, here it is. Okay. If you can't be bothered to care about a handful of transgender disc golfers, some of whom this decision attempts to sever from their support network, and at least one of whom this literally puts out of her full-time job, at least consider how this makes your sport and your sport's governing body look to the rest of the world, and how it will look when the lens of history looks over its shoulder at what you did. I think that's actually a really interesting proposition because
Yeah.
I like to think like at some point in history, that's a really, when you have the stance you have, that's a really bold.
Well, yeah. Well, I can
like,
poke the
way to
hole. I can
interpret
poke
this.
the immediate hole.
Yeah, well, because
What you're doing is attempting to topple the best biological female woman and take her money out of her fucking hand.
right, yeah,
By
but-
coming in with an obvious biological advantage, you're saying, this is the angle that they're taking is like, look at you, you're severing them from their livelihood and you're taking food out of their mouth. Well, you're doing that by participating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
you're doing that to some other poor gal.
Yeah, some lady that has no chance of beating you because your fucking body is built so much differently. Your bone density,
Yeah.
your muscle mass.
You're fucking over the vagina ones.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very odd.
But then also the part about when the lens of history looks
Yes,
over us, what
that's
you did.
just so-
I think that there's a chance that it could be the opposite.
Yeah, I have a
that at
feeling-
some point people will be like, "Damn, remember like."
When this all fucking
Yeah,
happened, and
like,
how-
that was fucking crazy.
yeah,
like,
how
Jesus. Yeah.
topsy turvy everything fucking went. Nobody knew what was real and what could be real.
It's just got screwy there.
yeah. And now, speaking of getting screwy, why don't you guys all get screwy in the chat?
Yeah. You guys
That's always
screw
a
it
good
up
idea.
while we take a
Yeah,
quick
screw it up. We're at an hour. I'm going to go ahead and play for you a nice little video. Where the fuck is my phone?
It's right in front of you.
Ah!
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So
Time is to set a timer.
I do. I have to set a